All right.
All right, here's deep shit with Aaron. Um, yeah, it's just me and Aaron right now. Brian's not here, but me and Aaron, we're going to have our own little deep shit segment.
You're too close, Mike. Creep me out.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and ask a question.
Sure, you don't want to hug close. You got that ashtray on you, right?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, I guess I'll start because I think Aaron's still got to come up with some questions. So, the first question, this is a question Brian will want me to ask you. We would ask everybody. If, you know, that story of Peter Pan, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would be your happy thought to make you fly? Your legitimate happy thought, the genuine happy, not like, you know, you got like a fucking beer today or something like that and made you happy. It's got to be a legitimate happy thought inside to make you fly. What would that be?
That's a tough one, Mike.
It is a tough one. It is a tough.
Very good question.
Never thought Peter Pan would be deep, would it?
I guess at this point in my life, my happy thought would be that my daughter's existence.
You see, that's the thing. That's usually kids would be like the legitimate happy thought. See, I don't have any kids, so I can't really use that as a happy thought.
Well, I have like 5, Mike.
Mhm.
So, but the one I choose is my daughter, who's no longer here. And my happy thought would be that her time spent here on Earth, although it was short, was effective, and that she did manage to touch somebody's life.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my happy thought.
Okay.
That one of the people that she donated her organs to didn't turn out to be a fucking schmutt
Mm-hmm.
and ended up doing something positive toward humanity.
Yeah. And you're probably the only person on this segment that would actually have a legitimate happy thought. Mm-hmm.
That's your deep question, Michael.
What's that?
Okay? Doctors come to you in the next few weeks and tell you your kidney disease. They tell you exactly what it is. They give you a time frame. Let's say they put that time frame out at 5 years.
5 years?
Mm-hmm. Say they give you 5 years to live. I'm not done with my question yet. Stand by. So now you know you have 5 years to live. So you start making plans. All the shit you want to get done within the next 5 years. In the middle of those plans, in the middle of, you know, executing your bucket list, you meet someone who touches you deeply. You have a very intimate moment. And from that intimate moment spawns Michael Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Does that change your bucket list? And do you now search and fight for a way to extend your 5 years?
Wow. Yeah. Because basically what you're asking me is that if I had a point on living, would I continue to extend my years?
Would you go from accepting your fate to
Trying to see, like, if I had a kid, to see the kid grow up and
right?
live yeah, of course. I think anybody would, you know. So I would say, yeah, I would actually try to extend my life for the child. My deep question. That's another thing I usually ask.
Deep thoughts with Jack Handy.
Yeah, that's what I said too. This is deep thoughts with Jack Handy. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
What is? I know you're like kind of a religious person, but what do you think death is like?
I think there is something beyond death.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all do have a soul.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there is a definite purpose for all of us being here. I'm not sure you only get one life to fulfill that purpose. I'm not sure. Not sure. I don't know that I necessarily believe in reincarnation, but the opportunity to come back and live another life as a human being, I think maybe your soul may get that chance. I think that's why sometimes you meet people who seem to have an old soul about them, you know, people who always feel like they were born in the wrong era. So I think there is something beyond death. What exactly it is, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't meet that purpose, I think you might get a second shot at meeting that purpose. History does repeat itself, so I think that's why. It's because there are so many people who don't meet their purpose.
Yeah.
Is there a heaven, if that's what you're getting at? Because I'm a religious type of person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think the Bible is very descriptive about heaven, but I'm not sure if it is exactly what is described in the Bible. I've heard many people talk about they died and experienced something and came back to life and talked about what they experienced. And I've heard enough people talk about it, and in their examples and what they said was varying. So I think after death is different for everybody. I think it goes along with what you believe and what kind of a person you are.
Well, I guess we'll find out when we get there.
Are you disappointed with your life?
Some things I would have done different. Am I completely disappointed? No. Because one of the goals in my life was actually getting books published and actually getting those movies made. So I actually did that. It wasn't like I haven't done anything in my life. Like all the stuff that I set out for, I haven't done. I actually have. And one of the goals of my life, my adult years, was get a few movies made and get some books published. But now I just want to get them out there for the world to see and all that stuff. But I'm on my way for it. But there's some aspects that I wish I would have done differently. But I'm not completely disappointed. I think everybody has that though, where they wish they would have done differently, or people wish you would have done, what would happen if you were with this person? Maybe if your life would have turned out a little bit better. So I just have to ask you the question: are you happy with your life?
I'm not unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put it that way. I mean, I don't know. There's actually Dennis Leary.
I love Dennis Leary.
Yes. He did a skit. It was No Cure for Cancer.
I have that one somewhere.
It was a comedy routine where he talks about happiness.
Mm-hmm.
And he makes the comment that happiness comes in moments.
Mm-hmm.
It's a chocolate chip cookie. It's a cigarette. It's a 5-second orgasm.
Mm-hmm.
So you eat the cookie, you come, you smoke the butt, you go to fucking sleep. So and I don't know, I didn't know how to describe happiness until I heard Dennis Leary describe it in that manner, where I don't think that happiness is a constant state. I believe that it comes in moments, and until something happens in my life to prove me wrong, that's what I believe. So ask me whether or not I'm happy. I have happy times, I have happy moments. But I'm not an unhappy person. There are plenty of things in my life that I could be unhappy all the time about. But I choose not to allow those things to rule my life. I try to be a positive person. So I search for those happy moments and I celebrate them.
Good. I actually have one more question, to be honest.
Go ahead, Mike. No,
what do you think we are alive for? What do you think why there's life on this planet? What is the point of life itself being on this planet?
I don't know. I'll go back to my argument as to whether or not there is a God, which is 2 scientists in a lab take a petri dish and they can form life in a petri dish. They can manipulate and control that life. They can control the rate at which that life grows. They can destroy that life at any given moment. So who's to say we're not a giant petri dish? Do we serve a purpose? I believe that everything on this planet serves some sort of purpose. I believe we all fit into this life somehow, some way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in chance. I don't believe in luck. I think that everything in your life happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
What that reason is, I have no idea. I have no clue.
Mm-hmm.
You may not ever know why some things happen in your life. You may not ever really know or understand what your purpose is.
Mm-hmm.
But to say that none of us serve a purpose
Mm-hmm.
is, I think, ignorant.
Yeah. Okay.
So yes, I believe that there is a purpose.
So, you have any questions for me?
You ever suck dick, Mike?
No.
That's not a deep question.
No.
It was just something that crossed my mind. Well, I'll just throw the same question at you. Do you believe that we serve a purpose?
Oh, yeah. As far as but I think it goes into layers. So I think that as far as life as a whole, that we probably serve the purpose of keeping life in order to. I know it's in my book, but it's something that's probably could be possible. Because I usually think when I'm writing my book, my Spirits of the Darkness book, I have to think deep. And one of the things is that what about why is there life on this planet? Why is there life in general? Why couldn't the Earth just be some dead planet? What is the purpose to bring living creatures in there moving around? And you got grass, and you got trees, and all that kind of stuff. What is its purpose? Why would we need it there? Why can't the whole, entirety of space just be space? A bunch of dead planets and a bunch of twinkling stars. But for some reason, there's this planet that's been very meticulous about it, Because you have to think, the Earth is like a big round ball full of water. How the hell the water got there, I really don't know. But it probably started with the core, and then somehow everything just sort of wrapped around that core to make up the dirt and the water or whatever. Then you got the sun and you got the moon. It's all very meticulous. But then you kind of look at the human body. If you really look at the human body, the inside of the human body, it's really weird how that's made up. It's almost made up like somebody actually did it as a science project. And it wasn't anything that was just we're just empty inside. There's fucking innards and stuff like that that's wrapped around each other. You got a beating heart, and there's all this little mechanisms that go in there and pulsing stuff and everything. It's all very meticulous, and it feels like it was actually made by somebody, like you said. It was like a petri dish, a bunch of scientists got together and was actually able to create life. And really, we're almost we're robots or something. And it feels like everything that's around us in life, like a Xerox machine or something like that, they're all kind of telling you how life works, It just seems like it that way, I don't know, how are we able to make this video right here? Are we able to capture a moving image of us and be able to watch it? It's almost like life itself is just giving us examples and everything. And why? But as far as individual people, yeah, we all have a purpose, whether it's good or bad, and people who kill people and stuff like that, they're just there to decrease the population, I guess. Diseases and stuff like that are there to decrease the population. It's almost like someone's watching over us, but oh man, there's too many freaking people here. We need to go and kill them off, So I don't know. It's a really deep and very comprehensive thing that goes beyond comprehension, but I think it's just something that we can't really comprehend, and we probably never will, because we're probably not worthy enough for it. But yeah, that is really explained in my book, but it's really kind of explained in there, and it's very deep, it's very complicated, and it goes beyond human comprehension. That's what my book is about. When I was a little kid, I have to talk about this. I know I'm running out of battery, but when I was a little kid, I was really young, and I remember I was sitting in the bus, waiting for my bus to move, and I'm looking out the window, and I'm how the Earth first began? What happened before, life came about? What happened to make, what happened before life? How how did the universe come together? You know, how did all those planets come? They got to come from somewhere, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'm listening.
Yeah, there's the stars and everything like that, and what it started off was like the black. Okay, what happened before the black of space? What happened before then? Doesn't everything have a beginning? You know, as a little kid, I was actually kind of wondering that. And it kind of stuck with me over the years, too, which is why I wrote these books. It's just these deep thoughts, you know, that people just don't normally think about because people were too busy going on to a routine. So, I know I'm going on and on and on and on about, like, this whole life thing, but it's just a pretty fascinating thing to think about. And even after we die, we'll probably still won't even know the answer. But, yeah, but yeah, as far as like life is concerned, I'm sure everyone has a purpose, and I'm pretty sure life itself has a purpose. I'm pretty sure if we all died out, that another form of life will take over. Another thing to think about too, where did this life come from? You know? Like we discover like these new species and everything, where the hell do they come from? You know, where the hell do we come from? Did we come out of the water or something? Did we just start it off as tadpoles in the ocean and then...
I know where I came from, Mike.
Yeah, I'm talking about like life when they first got to this planet. But
I came from my father's penis.
Yeah.
No, life. I mean, it goes back to do you believe in evolution?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it bothers me that there you have to believe in some level of evolution. I mean, even the fucking Marines believe in adapt and overcome.
Mm-hmm.
So you absolutely have to believe in some form of some level of evolution.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do I believe that humanity evolved from a fucking monkey?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't. I don't believe that at all.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that some evolution took millions of years to come about, but at the same time, if humanity evolved from a monkey, why the fuck are there still monkeys? If all of us evolved from a single-cell organism, then why the fuck are there still single-cell organisms?
Mm-hmm.
So, and what the fuck are they going to evolve to? If that's the case, then why have we not found more species
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that we are so arrogant enough to name? I mean, yeah, so no. I mean, it's funny, Mike, because you and I think a lot alike.
Yeah. I'm glad we can think deep thoughts by Jack Handy.
Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy.
Well, you have any more questions?
Yeah, actually I have one.
Okay.
All the things and people you have loved in your life, Mike,
Mm-hmm.
what is the one greatest love? All the things and people combined, out of all of that, what is the one greatest love?
Like as there's, love can come into all different kind of meanings. Like love as in like a female that came around to love just, or is it a love like anything, like just something that you loved so much that now it's gone, or I don't know what love you're, because love can come in so many different forms.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
That's the answer I was actually looking for. You can't compare the love of a woman to the love of your child. Mm-hmm. Nor can you compare the love of your child to the love of a fucking car. Mm-hmm. It's different.
Yeah.
So. No.
Yeah, it comes in different. It depends on the definition of the love. You can love your friends. You can love your pets, but they.
Well, I love you, Mike. I love you, but we're not having sex. We're not even making out. You sick fuck.
Darn.
So just stop it.
Well, you asked me if I suck dick.
I was curious because I know you. Andy texts you a lot, so I was.
Yeah.
Just wondering. Have you ever?
He needs a woman.
Dude, if there was ever a human being that needed to get laid, even more than Damien, it would be Andy the Fart Man.
Yes. Yeah, he has a hot.
Dude, who wants to sleep with a guy whose nickname is Fart Man?
Well, he probably wouldn't tell her that until later on in the relationship.
And he's not a bad cat. He's a good kid. He's just...
It's just that later on, when he gets comfortable with her, he'll start sending her stupid pictures of his foot and start asking her if she farted every day. And, I'm pretty sure that would get old and she'll get embarrassed. And
He needs help, bro.
yeah.
And he needs help. Who was your greatest love?
As far as female-wise goes?
Yes.
Oh, I would have to go with Danielle.
I knew you'd say that.
Yeah.
That was an easy answer.
That was an easy answer.
It wasn't even a deep question for you.
I was trying to find somebody else I knew you would know the answer to it, but I can't really.
No, I knew the answer to that one already.
Yeah, I kind of figured you did, but I was trying not to make it unpredictable, but I couldn't think of anybody else. I've been with like a lot of other girls, and there's other girls that had become close, but they get really shady and all that kind of stuff. And
I know. Danielle was the one, I know.
I'm sure there's more, but I knew you knew the answer to that. I don't even know why you bothered asking, but
I don't know. Any more for me?
Well, I kind of know the answer too, but what was your greatest love?
Oh, my greatest love. The one I can't ever let go of. The one that haunts me to this day.
Yeah.
The one that I will say got away, but the truth is I walked away.
Mm-hmm.
That one?
Yeah. And I think I know the answer. But
Do you? Do you know the answer? We just talked about it earlier.
I know.
Yes.
I think I know. I'm not going to say the name. You can. I don't know if you wanted to on this camera or not. I wasn't going to say the name unless you want me to, but otherwise I'll keep it to myself. But we both know who it is. We can always leave it at that.
Yeah.
Any more questions? I think I got as deep as I can go. Wow, that's some pretty deep shit.